Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitayah Pataye Namaha. Om Shri Ramachandraya Namaha. Atulita baladhamam hema shailabhadeham danujavana krishanum jnaninam agraganyam sakala gunanidhanam vanaranam adhisham raghupati priya bhaktam vatajatan namami. Raghupati priya bhaktam vatajatan namami. Om Shri Hanumate Namaha. Om Dhyayami Chinmayanandam Gurudevam Mahamatim Prema Purnam Kriyashilam Sada Lokahite Ratam Kripalum Sundarakaram Samartham Satyadarshinam Vacha Tattva Prakashinya Shoka Moha Vinashinam. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Namah Shri Tulsi Dasa Sadvarishthaya Dhimate Puritam Hridayam Yena Rama Premamrite Name. Om Shri Tulsi Dasaya Namaha. Hari Om, a warm welcome. Yesterday, we discussed a lot on our emotional contact with Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra Ji. Bhagati Sutiya Kala Karana Vibhushana Jagahita Hetu Bimala Vidhubhushana Visa. And then the reference was Kanana Kundala Kunchita Kesa. I hope you remember. Bhagati, that is Bhakti, is like Sutiya, a very beautiful woman who wears Karana Kundala. Here it is said Kala Karana Vibhushana, as a Bhushana ornament she wears two earrings. And it is nothing but Ra and Ma, the two letters of Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra ji for a devotee who wants to listen only to Ramacharitra. And Jagahita, when we chant Ramanama and all our positivities come out and all the negative thoughts are submerged and deleted. Why? Because the mind is full of Bhagavan Nama. And when the world, when everybody, one may wonder, Swamiji, how is it possible? How can the whole world think of Rama alone? The idea here is, don't worry about the others. You do it. Oh, no, everybody is not doing. That has nothing to do with you. You do it. When I sit down, who wants peace? Is PEACE, peace, is it something a collective endeavor? No. When it comes to our inner peace, it is always our individual sadhana. Something achievement collectively we have to achieve, then that is a different issue by itself. We are not talking of collective endeavors. Sadhana is always individual and it is not to be compared or discussed with reference to others. Others have no place in sadhana. Remember this very clearly. Others have no place in my sadhana. Period. Let others do whatever they want. That is their problem, their issue, their sadhana, their achievement. In sadhana, it is only me and for me alone. The question of comparison itself is wrong. The question of reference with others itself is wrong. Therefore, I have to be peaceful. This is the goal. Whether we do it individually or collectively, like for example, Vishnu Sahasnama Samohika Parayana, it is a very good thing. One must do it. It definitely inspires. But having done that, one has to come back and sit quietly. That we don't do. Even in the group activity, it may be spiritual activity. In the group activity also, we compare. We have lot of flaws, fault finding, blah, blah, blah. We have nothing to do with the world, please. Sadhana is for me and for me alone, period. Therefore, when I take the name of Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra ji and I chant quietly sitting in one corner of my room or in the puja room, wherever, I close my eyes, I withdraw my mind completely, integrate them and focus them in those two akshara. And how beautiful! Akara madhura manohara dovisa. In those two akshara, only that should be listened to from where? From my own mind. Though we also discussed about it, one machine is kept, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram goes on. Okay, accept it. Take that help also. Listen to his nama. Take it inside. And the mind should quietly be engaged with that Ramanama alone. This is sadhana. And don't think it is so easy. It is terribly difficult. Because even when we sit for sadhana in front of Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji's picture or murti or whatever, we may close the door, we may put our mobile on airplane mode, entire world is rejected physically. But when I sit down, at that time there is an eruption of 123,000 things. No other time it may not come into my mind. But when I sit for meditation, it comes. That is why Ramanama is helpful. Take Ramanama Japa, and when you chant, slowly mind quietens. In that quiet mind, only positive thoughts will come. And when the positive thoughts alone will come, positive thoughts equals positive actions. Positive actions, in fact, yesterday I made one error. I stand corrected. Thoughts leads to actions. Think. Actions leads to character. Probably yesterday I reversed it. Thoughts leads to action. Actions leads to habits. Habits leads to character. And character decides your destiny. This is the course. And I have to correct my thoughts. The others will follow. My thoughts have to be genuine. My thoughts have to be positive. My thoughts have to be devotional and, beautiful. If I have to correct my thoughts, then Ramanama is the best way. Thus, I sit down, chant the Ramanama, my thought is towards Rama, constantly channelized towards Ramanama, and that mind, meaning what? Thoughts, channelized with Ramanama, has to be positive. Think. Thought of Ramanama cannot be negative. And constantly I keep chanting. Even while I do my work, if I continue to chant Ramanama, then my mind gets habituated to positive thoughts alone. That is the very nature of habit. H-A-B-I-T. Remove H, a bit remains. Remove A, bit remains. Remove B, it remains. This is habit. So, habituate the mind with Ramanama thought. Even while I am working, wherever my intellect is required, give that particular attention. Once that is over, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Continue. Then mind will remain focused, mind will remain positive, and positive thoughts will give positive actions. Jagahita hetu. Therefore, we need to define ourselves what we are to be. And once we constantly do this, Vimala. And Tulsidas says, these two, Ra and Ma, are like the Surya and Chandra, Bidhu, Pushana, moon and sun. When you have them in your ear, then only good things will come. Don't bother about the world. The world is not worthy enough for bothering. If you want to bother why your mind is not with Ramchandraji. Bother why your mouth is not taking Ramchandraji's name. Bother why your ears are not listening to Ramacharitra and is engaged in other Charitra. Bother. And don't keep on bothering. Come back. Return. Withdraw. And involve. You want to indulge? Indulge in Ramanama Japa. And then you will find Jagahita Hetu. Only Hita of the Jagat will happen. And the next one is very interesting. Swada Tosha Sama Sugati Sudhake. Sugati here means Mukti. Liberation. And what is that liberation? Now see. This Mukti is like nectar, Sudha. Sudha means nectar. Mukti is like Amrita. That is what Amritatvam is, what we said. How do you drink Amrita? For what do you drink Amrita? He says, Swada Tosha Sama. This Ramanama is like Swada and Tosha. Swada is what? Taste. And Tosha means Santosha, contentment. fulfillment. Swada, taste is in the beginning, tosha comes next. Even when we are eating our food, what do we first see? Why do we eat food? For the sake of appeasing our hunger, isn't it? To appease my hunger so that the pains of hunger is eradicated. Acharya Shankara says in Sadhana Panchakam, Kshudvyadhischa chikitsyatam pratidinam bhikshaushadham bhujyatam swadvannam natu yachyatam vidhivashat praptena santushyatam. Acharya says, our condition is different. What is our condition? Swada. Swada is what? Taste. All our activities with reference to food, please be very attentive now. Very, very attentive. All our activities with reference to food is to satisfy 1.5 inch boneless tongue. Is it not? Think. I will eat one Rasgulla. When I eat one Rasgulla, Rasgulla is actually identified by what? Tongue. I enjoy that swada of Rasgulla. I enjoy that sweetness of Rasgulla as long as it passes through my throat. It is Rasgulla. Once it passes through the throat, it is matter. Think. Your beautiful, big, huge, well-laid dining table, and then 23 items you have kept in your plate or leaf or whatever, and you eat it in different variety, in different periods of time. You eat all of them. You have roti, you have sabji, you have rice, and then you have kosumbari, you have koot, and then you have one, 2 types of kosumbari, 3 types of palya, curries. And then you have slices, salad, you have, then payasam, you have, there is a way of spreading it also, where you have to place what. Payasam should be in the right bottom corner in that leaf. Let us say we take the example of right payasam, kosumbari should be somewhere here, then salt and pickle also have to be kept in the left top corner, then what is that? Puliogare or something, Chitranna in South India it is famous. You keep it in the right bottom corner. So like that, placements are also decided. Traditional way of eating. So many varieties. Think. Then you have papad. There is no place, therefore they bring one more extra plate. Papad. Pakode, bonde. Swamiji, you are talking of Ramayana. I understand. So many varieties are kept in a festival lunch or dinner for what? 1.5 inch boneless tongue. But it is important. Nothing wrong in eating swada. But what is the purpose? Tosha. Tosha here is what? Fulfillment, appeasement of hunger. That is the very purpose of eating. Because I am hungry, I have to appease my hunger, therefore I eat. How does it matter what I eat? But it matters because we are more concerned about swada. And swada tosha sama. It is sama. It is like the sugati, sudhake. Nectar is for gaining sugati, mukti. Kamatha sesha sama dhara vasudhake. Kamatha here means kurma avatara. Tortoise, and Sesha, of course, Adishesha Bhagavan, Lakshmanji. Sama, Dhara Vasudhake, for the Prithvi, these two are very important. We know the story, of course, the Puranas, many of you might have heard. When that Samudra Mathana took place, Bhagavan took the avatar of Kurma to go under that and then protect that, the churning, to support the churning. Kurma Avatara, Sesha, Adishesha. Think, Lakshmanji, Dhara Vasudake, these are very important for the Prithvi Devata. And Ra and Ma represents they too, who protect the entire Prithvi, Vasudha. Jana Mana Manju Kanja Madhukarise. Jana Mana Manju Kanja Madhukara. So beautiful expressions, my God, Tulsidasi. He has drowned himself in that, bhakti. The human mind, Janamana, is manju, is very soft, is very beautiful. Frankly speaking, you will agree with me. Though our mind sees only flaws and faults and negativities and complaints, etc. in the world, but basically, when the mind is not working, when the mind is not referring, when the mind is not comparing, when the mind is not with the world outside, that mind is so beautiful, isn't it? A mind with peace, a mind which is quiet, is so beautiful. Honestly speaking, even going to temple or performing a puja, listening to bhajan or Nam Sankirtan, what we actually intend to is to realize, to recognize, to enjoy, appreciate and revel in that particular state of mind which is beautifully calm. That mind's quietude is always very energizing. It is rejoicing, of course, but energizing too. It inspires. It instills a lot of confidence. That is the nature of pure mind. That is the nature of quiet mind. And that is beautifully given by chanting the name of Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra Ji. See, most of it we can speak, so much we speak, but while we are discussing Ramayana here, my humble submission, my humble suggestion would be 5 minutes. It's very difficult. I tell you, it is very difficult. Don't overestimate your own mind. It's very difficult to sit quietly for 5 minutes. Get up 10 minutes early if required. If you're so busy in the day, during the day, get up half an hour earlier. 10 minutes, just sit down. If you quietly sit down, mind will go. Therefore, what you do? Take the Nama Japa. Ram 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 Ram. Chant. Chant. Quietly chant. Why should you chant? Two points. Now please be attentive. I chant because I want the mind to stay put at one thought. Otherwise it will go. That is the nature of the mind. 2, take this type of some raga. You can use some raga, whatever you want. You don't have to chant the same way I chanted. I chant this and it gives me tremendous energy. But you can chant in your own way. But don't take too much of Sangeetam and then raga, tala, everything, and then some shruti. All those are not required. They are all disturbance at that time. Just quietly chant. Let the silence be experienced. And then you will find that mana, that mind is Manju, so beautiful. Kanja Madhukarase, it is even beautiful as the nectar in the lotus. Kanja Madhukarase. Jihas Jasomati Hara Haladharase. You know, Jasumati, Yashoda Maya, for her tongue, the sweetest thing is Hari Haladhara, Sri Krishnaji and Balarama. For Yashoda Maya, Sri Krishna and Balarama. In case you are a Krishna Bhakta, you can take the name of Krishna. Why? Even that is Madhukara. Madhuradhipate Akhilam Madhuram. Isn't it? So take his name. Here the importance is given to Rama because we are talking about Rama. Naturally, the importance is given to Rama. And the most easiest Nama. We discussed this also. Rama. Just chant. It is as beautiful as that, as soothing, as lovely, as wonderful, as joyful, as inspiring. And then Tulsidasi concludes this section with the 20th Doha, and this is a very interesting point, please note. Eku Chhatru Eku Mukutamani Sab Baranani Parajo Tulsi Raghubar Naam Ke Baran Birajat Do Siyavar Ram Chandra Ki Jai Pavan Sutta Hanuman Ki Jai Bolo Bhai Sab Santan Ki Jai. Tulsidasi brings a small reference to the Devanagiri Bhasha, Samskrita or Hindi, both you can take it. Devanagiri Bhasha. He says, Eku Chhatru, Chhatru means umbrella, and Eku Mukutamani, it is like the crest jewel. What is Chhatru here? Now, for example, you say, we'll take a word, Sarvam. Sarvam. That Ra in Sarvam is not written as Ra. What do you put? You put one Refa. In Samskrita Bhasha, you put one Refa. It is above the letter. And M, Sarvam Brahmamayam, when you say M, how do you represent that M? It is called as Anuswara. You put a dot above the letter. The Refa and the dot both are above the letter. Isn't it? That comparison. See, when you are in love with something, you are ready to compare anything, bring anything to that. Isn't it? There are some people, very interesting people. You talk of anything, they will find a way, route and bring it to what they want to speak. Isn't it? And they'll come to that topic only. You change the topic, they will take another direction and come back to the same topic. Similarly, Tulsi Dasji wants to bring everybody in whichever way possible, however it is possible, to bring them to Ramanama. So he takes up Samskrita. One is that Refa above the letter, and another one is a crescent jewel, Anuswara. Eku Chhatru, Eku Mukutamani, both are above the letter, meaning Rama is above all aksharas. Those are the best two letters. Sabbaranani Parajovu, everything is within that Ramanama only. Tulsi Raghubara Namke, Tulsi here, Tulsidas ji, Raghubara Namke, with that Raghuvara's Nama, Rama, Bharana Birajata Dovu. There is only Dovu, those two letters, which I want to, what is that word called? Dwell in. And that gives me the most happiest experience. Before concluding today, may I welcome you to experience this joy, to to experience this blissful state. What? Of chanting Bhagavan Shri Ramchandraji's Nama, Rama. Every day, 5 minutes you start with. When you are sincere, when you have love for Bhagavan Shri Ramchandraji, with devotion, sit down and then Rama 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 Rama. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.